good. For English people, it's not always easy. English-speaking people. So I am solution architect at Bentley, and I'm working for Bentley now for 23 years, almost. So mainly on transportation and rail solutions, so OpenRail Designer, OpenRail Concept Station, sorry, OpenRail Concept Station, but also, of course, OpenRoads, MicroStation, ProjectWise, iTwin, all the common platforms. But for today, we are looking at OpenRail Designer 2024. That was really a major release for OpenRail because of the huge enhancements we did with PWI organization, mainly in UK, but even it was driven by PWI UK. It's applicable everywhere in the world. So the main part was on the regression workflow. So when you work on existing tracks, so we really improved working together with PWI to improve that workflow. And that was the major change. But we did also a lot of bug fixing and a few other enhancements coming from the platforms, whether it's MicroStation or let's say the civil platform, so enhancements coming from OpenRoads. So as you can see, some few figures here, number of bugs, focusing on also the stability of the product, and it's still the case for 2025, and more than 200 service cases results. So coming with 24 release of OpenRail is MicroStation 2024, as usual. We are integrating the latest platform. So if we are talking about 25, for example, we will include MicroStation 25, and that's also a very good announcement, just to name it with, for example, the Google 2D and 3D available from the platform. So from in 24, we had also improvement in GIS data integration to carry features in areas. We won't go on into all these enhancements that are more for the platform. We will focus on OpenRail Designer, but it's also something that that is available for you as OpenRail users. So we had also enhancements in 2D and 3D modeling tools like performance for copy paste, multi-core processing, also enhancements in tables. So a few things coming from MicroStation. That's just three of over many others. The same for OpenRoads. We have common tools coming, like analyze point tools, being able to use this tool on read-only files. That's quite useful. And able to place text when using the analyze point tool. A new tool in the terrain to set contour elevation. So if you're getting some drawings from DGN or DVG and you've got contours and you have to create 3D terrain model with from those contours that are in 2D only. Now we have this tool to speed up building the elevation on that. The complex redefined tool is not a new tool, but it has been enhanced to simplify a little bit to remove some requirements. So that's good thing on that tool. A full new tool is this one, the new alignment replacer tool, which is really nice tool. It means that you can replace an alignment with another one, keeping all the relationship between the childs. That's a very good tool. Also, we improved the 2D and 3D points In the past, it was a little bit disconnected, so now it's unified. So better experience manipulating points, and something we are using also in OpenRail Designer with the regression tools. A few things that are like small but useful for users. Icon to show if you've got persist snap on or off. Did boundaries much more for US. It's for legal description of boundaries. Also some good enhancements in drawing production, like cross-section sheets, where we can locate cross-sections where we want to extract cross-sections from named groups. So it's an additional method to create cross-sections, to locate cross-sections. And also the hatching that has been also fixed. We were able to do that in current version, but with additional work, now it's really integrated. New thing also in OpenRail design, or in OpenCivil, I would say, 2024 is the Open Ground integration. So Open Ground is our platform to log boreholes and to maintain geological layers. So boreholes mainly, where we can also extract reports. We have now a direct connection within OpenRail Designer to carry the boreholes and to get them available in the plan, in the 2D, in the 3D, in cross sections, in profile, and being able to use that during the design. So very nice integration. Also a lot of enhancements on the drainage. I won't go through drainage as well. It could take a while, but a lot of enhancements in the drainage part. Coming back to OpenRail Designer, that also benefits to open roads, but it's something coming more from the rail industry. We have the right to left profiles. So something also requested by PWI in UK and some other users in US. So we had workaround. Now we have something really simple to create a right to left profile with a single click. As we can see here, we have this horizontal alignment on top view and the profile on the bottom. And we can see the stationing moving from right to left on the top view. Now just a single click and we can add this the same on the profile view now with the stationing running from right to left. So fully aligned with the top view with the alignment. And this is also available in the drawing production workflow with this simple checkbox right to left. So several enhancements in the drawing production as well. We can see everything is coordinated. It's not shown here, but we have also the tools to place the titles or the frame's titles on the left and or on the right side of the profile. So yeah, great enhancements for many users here. Then a tool that has been developed again with this partnership with PWI to make more easy to work on multiple tracks, especially on profiles. So we have now this totally new tool, multiple profiles. Again, we can see how it works here. We have quite a simple case with just 2 tracks and on a crossover between the 2 tracks. With this multiple profile, I can create a new view and add tracks as required. So here I can see my downman and crossover. And I can even override symbology sorry, so that the profile is more clear. We can change the exaggeration here, and you can see all the tracks here. And we can even work on the main track here, up main, and change the radius if you want. So that's a major enhancement. We can see here also zone that have been added. So capability to show some special area onto the profile. So on the left is a bridge that has elevation. This one has no elevation, but we can show these areas onto the profile using the zone. And here we show the elevation at the dummy elevation 100 meter here for the right one that has no elevation. It was just a shape in MicroStation. So some useful tool here to have a better understanding of the design. Coming with the multiple profile is also tracking on analysis, where it's really a powerful tool to, again, understand and get information about multiple tracks, where you can set also your own information on warnings. So when you've got the multiple profiles, you can see here the tracking and analysis tool, where you can drag along the profile or the plan, and you can see different information on the dialog coming from up main, down main, crossover, station, elevation, tethering offset, but the offset from the track. The main, up main is the main, so we have offset 0, bearing, slope, cross slope, speed, slew, lift, count. So all type of information that we can get onto this analysis tool. We can report at interval here, like 25 meter long, which can be very useful, and even more powerful, the ability to set your condition here, like count over 100 mil, if I'm right. So easy to set up. You can see the red bar here at the bottom here. Okay. So to set your own conditions, you can create easily using properties like where my main offset is, vertical main offset is above, lower than 100 mil. And again, you can see where it happens. And you can see this in red here in the dialog. So something really, really useful and powerful. Also, to simplify user life, navigating the views, we have introduced synchronizing views here for profile cross sections. So again, here, if we look at the multiple profile, we have some buttons to synchronize the views. So you don't have to zoom top, bottom. You activate, and now you can see how both views are moving together and are synchronized. So again, small thing, but quite useful, and something I will claim to have everywhere, by the way, not only in multiple profile. It's something really useful. And we can see that also on the cross-section. So if opening cross-section view, we can also see cross-sections. And again, when you move along, you can see the cross-section moving as well. On this view, of course. And that's it for the all multiple profiles. So again, ability to create these multiple profiles, adding tracks, as you can see here in the list, in an easy and quick way. Tools to analyze with the tracking and analysis tool, and to synchronize views. Then next is adding some other types of spirals, so especially for the Australian market here. So just simple notification here that we've added the WA cubic parabola, and available also from the geometry connector. Then, as said, the the regression workflow is one of the major enhancements here in this 2024. So I don't know if you're aware about regression workflow, which is the workflow to work on existing tracks and find the best fit geometry along existing survey points, managing horizontal and vertical sloughs. And it was requested to get more information and more details along the way, and to have less actions to do. So it's what we did. So it's really the total workflow that has been reviewed here. We'll see, so managing the geometry, information, and managing the points and points tables. So one is about the complex geometry, the new thing. So just start. So when a new regression data is created, starting, sorry, don't think it has started. Yep, now we are creating like a container, so a geometry complex that makes more simple to edit and manage the geometry. And it's not adding pain to the user, only some facilities. So here I am using some tools like single element regression analysis. So it creates the best fit elements along the regression line. I can see that it's already part of complex. So user did nothing more. It's part of what we name a regression complex. I can edit my element. You can see the sorted line or tracking line, dash line, changing automatically with no action, the slew information updated. I can change my elements. So it's much more flexible here using the quick regression tool also. Again, it's part of the same single alignment with no action from user. I can report it's disconnected. That's not an issue. So we can work in disconnected mode, even on the vertical. So you can start, the vertical is there, by the way. You don't have anything to do compared to the past. It's there. And you can also add the regression elements on it. Here straight, but even it's done by regression, you have the flexibility to extend the element and to move using manipulators, which was not the case in the past. So you can work horizontally, vertically, come back to horizontal, adding elements using geometry connector to add spirals to calculate more complex connections. But still, it's my regression complex with all the information. Again, I can use the table editor, another way to edit my alignment, and change here the back and ahead spirals. So again, flexibility of using any tools, regression, simple geometry, geometry connector, tables, and my slew information is updated automatically, nothing to do. I can even add the count at any point, so even from the beginning, and it will manage the count for me, even on a disconnected alignment. So it's really new workflow, new tools, this regression complex, to give full flexibility during this this workflow. A totally new tool also that was not there in previous version is the regression point table. Again, the aim is to give more information in more a smart way for to users, and where you can also edit. So we will see here. I will show why it's on this slide. The information you can get, the elevation, the slew, lift lower, the count, the existing count at each point, instantaneous radius, and you've got also information on the points themselves. And we have tools above here also to manage, to cut regression, to zoom to the points, and we will see in a minute. to get information like the red, or sometimes it's bold, to get warnings about the slew, the horizontal slew on lift lowers. Let's view that in action. So here it is. I have my regression complex, and you can open the regression table from the regression line here. And you can see this this list of points. You can edit through the properties, or we have also tools in the regression table to edit like this. Just use, ignore, fix point. And you can also do a selection and regress directly from the regression point table. So if you've used RailTrack, it could remember something to you. I said some checking here with slew, lift lower, on difference on the slews from point to point. Here we can see the points. We can do single regression from that table as well. Okay, so flexibility if you want to start from the points from the geometry, that's good. So one way of using the the regression table. Then I know India is a mixed country in the past, so it's something that MX users, most users, were claiming for a while. This trace display, as you can see on the picture here, this dash line, which is the regression line, that is not new. We had this in the past also, but now that is more dynamic when you create your regression, regression element. And you can see here the desirable slew, for example, and the maximum slew. So here again, when you create a horizontal regression element, you can work on the plan, and we can see here the trace slope changing dynamically with the threshold, the desirable slew, left, right, and unacceptable slew with these red and brown lines. So you can move, and even you set the end station, you can extend or refine the start end point of the element before accepting the element. So that's also nice thing. And the trace slope changing also dynamically. The same here for the arc. So while dragging on the plan, it's easier to change. Also, before accepting, you can change the radius. So to round the radius, you can nudge. You can see the arc here in the regression table, all the information. So again, we simplified the overall workflow. And we can also change from here the unacceptable slew left, what we set during the process. So I already spoke about the complex table, so something totally new in the workflow and for the civil world, where it's like a table that allows you to manipulate the elements, to add, to remove, to change in a single place. So easier for the user to manage the element compared to editing a complex today. Okay. So here you can see our alignment, which is disconnected. I can open my regression complex table, and you can see the list of horizontal elements on the top of the dialog and the vertical on the bottom of the dialog. It's highlighted when you select. And from that dialog, you can check the integrity. You can manipulate also. And if you add element, it will be added. So it's just a simple geometry, like you do geometry without considering regression. But because the regression complex table is opened, it's added automatically to the regression table at the good location. So no, you don't have to manage the order of the elements. It's managed automatically for you, and the same here. And if you create an element here manually, you can recalculate regression. So you add like a line by a simple geometry, but you can then refine by using the regression. So again, very flexible. Reports as usual. You can change, you can nudge, again, as we did earlier. You can extend, you can move to the left, to the right by 5 centimeter or millimeter if you want. You can remove the element from the direction. You can keep the element if you want. We have also this capability, but here it's very easy to manage your alignment by adding or deleting some individual elements. The information is also always there, as you can see in the on the plan view. So here also adding a simple arc. The arc is there. It's a pass-through arc, 3 points. And the arc is inserted at the good location. Now I have information about the regression, and I can continue adding spirals and managing my alignment. Next is continuing on this is the curvature diagram. So which just enhancement. It's not new. In the past, we had more curvature diagram more than radius diagram. Now it's more a radius diagram, and we refined the look to have better experience. It's a cleaner display where points are highlighted based on the created element types. Just open this, from the element. You can see the color coding for the points on arc, on straights. Then you can work as previously from the curvature diagram, selecting the points with coordination with the plan. You can see here an arc because it's the blue. My arc is there. And if you extend or change the arc, it's done automatically. Here I can again edit my element, extend, and we can see here it does also extend on the curvature diagram. Or you can work from the plan, keeping an eye on the curvature diagram to have better understanding. So we have a new way to work. It's my preferred way to work on the plan, using the trace slope, the trace line, but keep an eye on the curvature diagram to better understand the geometry. And each time you can nudge, so extend or move left, right, point, or the element itself. Okay, next is a vertical regression. So the major thing with the vertical regression is that now you don't have to create your profile. It's there since the beginning. And you can edit while you are editing the horizontal. So even the horizontal is not completed, you can start designing your vertical, because it's often that you have to manage both simultaneously. So even more, you have to manage both horizontal, vertical, and count simultaneously. So here I can work on my profile view and using the single element regression. Again, similar to the plan with the threshold, desirable, maximum. You can nudge, extend, trim. And this new tool, max lower button, that is here. Just giving this laser point, just remove a little bit. Is allowing you just back. Sorry for that. Just go back, because this is very important new feature, which is where is this one? Okay. Yeah, this one. The max lower tool. This button here is very helpful when you are working on the vertical because it gives the value between the lower point and the regression point, so that you know that if you use this value up to, you will get a 0 lift. So that's very, very, very useful. Oops, sorry. On this one, just move a little where we are. Okay, coming here. So the nudge and the use of the max lower, you can see this on the diagram here. On the profile view, when using this accept change, we can see with the trace line that now we have 0 as the minimum. And we can see the elements that part of the regression complex. And if we activate the regression mode, again, like in horizontal, if we add a vertical line, not using regression tool, it's adding the line to the regression complex. So again, full automatic management. And you can also nudge, use the max lower again to lift the track, the element. And again, when you work, you can go to the horizontal, back to the vertical, so almost both simultaneously. As you can see, the element is added. You can see this on the vertical. Of course, there is a step because there is no connection on the horizontal. So you continue to add your horizontal elements here, an arc, and again, it will be added to the regression complex, and you can see now in the profile view as well. We've got information each time on the point, like lift lower, select, slew, lift lower, count, existing count, as well as you in the regression table. So again, the aim is to get all the information available in different places and coordinated, and being able to work on all the horizontal, vertical, and count. We have integrated the design calculator. That's also a tool to help designers. So in many places, when you have to select the radius, you can request the design calculator to calculate value based on some parameters. So here, when calculating an arc from regression, we have few steps to accept. And here at the bottom, you can see the radius where we can round, but using the 3 dots, we can open this dialog, the design calculator dialog, and for example, compute the speed based on the applied count, round the radius. So we set the applied count, we get the speed, and this is sent back to the regression complex so that everything is used. So if now opening the count editor, we can see the speed that has been changed here to the one calculated. So again, it's straightforward. We still have this tool to fill gaps with spirals. And I said the count was already there, and we can see here the speed again. You can change in the count editor. It's something new also in the count editor. We'll see in a moment. So again, it's more straightforward here. Everything is even editing from the manipulators. We have access to the design calculator again to calculate any value, and again it's sent back to where it must be. Here the count with the speed, and we can edit the speed again here to round, for example. And we have a new way to manage the speed table here, so that it's managed by curve. So as you see, we can see the speed table. We can still manage through the speed table or using the count editor. So a lot of enhancement and facilities given to the user. So even we've seen this a little bit, but back to count on speed. So we did a lot of work on the count editor to give more information. It's in a smarter way, being able to edit the speed from the count, as you just saw in the previous video. And also on performances, that was engaged a few versions ago, but still working on that. And also more useful information on the count points. As you can see here, for example, we know if it's calculated, if it's fixed, and we can change. And also we have, which is not shown here, by the way, which is the rotation point that we can also see in the count editor. So again, go back to the video here. We have this count. You can see that the graphic of the count has changed also, lighter, not this big rectangle around the alignment. We have this type of points. We have colors, we have count range, we have count projection also, and the speed table is still there. So again, you can continue to edit using the speed table, but you can also edit the speed in each count row. You can see, again, as said, the rotate about point. We have the status of the point here as well. And again, you can see here where we are editing. So more information to the user. Again, you can see the speed table here, the range where we are. You can change the applied count, and we can see now here in the last column that it's fixed and not anymore calculated, but we can come back to calculated, which is very good. So you can fix, but if you want to get it from the speed, it's possible as well. And we have this type of also information on the plan to say, hey, it's fixed count. We have color coding for that as well. Here it's to show the projected count, if I'm right, count projection for where we have this turnout. We want to project main line count to the branch, so we can apply connection. You can see the green square here showing the projection. And you can see also here the projected value here. And you can change, so, and then it's changing for fixed count. And here we can see also that we can, for each point, change the rotation point to be the right rail or the left or inside rail. So here, of course, because it's external bending, we have a negative count where it's the right rail that must look at this. A lot of enhancements also on the report, for the regression report, and also for the count report, where the aim is to get more information in a single run. Before you had to combine more reports like geometry plus regression plus count. Now we put this in a single report. So more comprehensive information and in line with point information, all consolidated into a single report. So we have horizontal, vertical, as well as even point, new report interface. You can see here, regression report. XSL have been also updated. So we can see here slew lift in the single report, slew lift. We have many different types of report here, and we can change from one to the other. Again, all the information is coming from the single source of truth, which is the regression table, the regression points on the geometry. You can see here again. Slew lift, lower existing count. It's better if I do lift, lower existing count, design count. So all information coming from the geometry here as well. So different types of reports with all required information. Maybe still need some improvements somehow, but yeah, here we have elevation profile. So yeah, more comprehensive information. The same for the count, adding more geometry information in the single report. So we are now including horizontal and vertical geometry, event points, reports on multiple count objects. We can report also on intervals, event point lists, and profiles. So everything in the single report. So again, XSLs or style sheets have been updated to take advantage of this new information. So in this report, you can see horizontal, vertical count information here. So it's easier to build a report with comprehensive information. So again, different types of report coming from the same XML. So again, in the past, you had to do more commands to get the same information on combined reports. Okay, last I think is drawing. No, we have low voltage asset. Just checking the time. Yeah, drawing production. Again, good enhancements there, taking advantage of the new regression point information where we have much more information than in the past. So now we are able to annotate slew lift, whether it's in plan or profile, because everything is in the regression point. So we can easily annotate and create our text favorites, whether we want to use in annotation group or in civil labeler. Here we showed temporary annotation, something we can customize also in the preferences. So it's always available. Here we are annotating using annotation group, and you can see that we have horizontal slew and lift lowers. The same on the profile, we can annotate horizontal slew as well as lift, which was really not possible in the past. And in the point information, we have also the count and the existing count, so it's something we can add if needed. We can use this with place labeler. You can see here slew, lift, count, existing count, instantaneous, radius, all available information we can add from the points or from the geometry. So enhancements also for frame annotation on profile. So again, we can see here we have dual tracks. Yeah. Come on, play, please. Yeah. With the name boundary for the profile is already there on the profile view. So we can shift to the drawing model and use the annotation where we have again the aliases to get all the information, and we can see the frame annotation with lift lower, existing count at interval or at points. Here it's at the regular interval. We can see at the bottom here each 10 meter, and we have interpolated slew and lift lower there, and also the existing count here. Next is about UK localization. So two major things in this UK localization. First is a bending method. So it's not something that's really obvious when you use the product, but if you look carefully on the turnout bending, you will see the difference. And it has been approved by Network Rail. Still, Network Rail is providing the turnout library. We are not allowed to provide the library, so you must ask them to provide the library. But they have checked the bending method, so it's approved. So nothing new in the user interface, but just a calculation is different. So what we ensure is that the last point is good, the hill on the branch, and that the last curve is good as well. Of course, the point one must be good. And sometimes, because of bending, it must adjust whether it's the tangency here or the curve, the first curve. So they say we can accept some discrepancy here on curve one on here, as long as last curve on point three are good. On point one location, of course, is good. Point one, which is the point of switch. Then we also worked on the Yuki workspace, where we have annotation sheets that are close to what Network Rail is using and most users in Yuki are using, and it's available for download in software downloads. Last part is about low voltage assets. So few enhancements there. We enhanced the schematic model. So I don't know if you already use this. It's mainly used for signaling, but also to prepare overhead line models, because we have to use this kind of schematic, not the schematic view, but what we name the railways here. It's how to understand the railway model. So here we have also simple tracks. As you can see here, we have turnouts. So OpenRail designer knows about everything. So it's very easy to create the railway. So creating the railway, we pick one, it understands the turnout, so understand all the connection of the points. But here we can see that we don't have turnouts if you import from XML or from drawings. Now we can create those connection nodes, as we can see here. That's the enhancement in 24, so that now we can understand the railway. So even without any turnouts, now we understand the railway, and we can create the schematic view. So it comes like this, but we can manage the schematic view to move, for example, the edge. Here we are mirroring the edges to get the schematic more understandable, more common. We can move the points like this, snapping to the grid, for example, to create a nice schematic view. We have the information about the length, so the true length, but also the length along the. So this is the true length, 45 meters between the nodes, but we have something different. Maybe not always obvious, showing that something is different here in the current geometry in the schematic view, but the one that is more interesting is this one, of course. Then we have enhanced the placement of object. And it's a very small thing, but yes, in the past, users were forced to create the track like this with the rails to be able to place signals, even we don't use the rails. So now we remove this requirement. So more flexibility. Yeah, come on. So that shows also the LVA tools. So again, we have here a track, one with and one without the rails, and now we are able to place equipment along this alignment, even there is no track. So here, example of typical workflow where we are placing a clearance point. between the two tracks. So nothing new here. We have the clearance we can manipulate, and then we can now place an equipment. Just open the schematic view to see the coordination between all the views, the 2D, the schematic, and the 3D. And now we can place equipment here based on the point, for example, on the clearance point, so that if the clearance is changing, the point will change. So we are placing a signal here from that clearance point. Everything based on the feature definition, as always. And you can see that it appears on all view here in the 3D, here in the schematic. Even I place this in the 2D, and here we are placing an element from the schematic, and then it's showing in the 2D, and in the 3D it's the balise here. And now last we are placing this cabinet, and again it's placing in all views, and now adding a trench between connecting these elements, placing this along relative to the center line, as you can see here. So that are a few tools on LVR, very, very quick capabilities. Main thing again in LVR was that we removed the requirement to have rails, but still the tools are there. And that concludes a quick overview of OpenRail Designer, what's new. Again, few common tools, but mainly all the regression workflow with multiple profiles, the regression complex, the regression table, regression points table, and flexibility to work with all of this. But remember also new tools coming from MicroStation like GIS, and if we are going to 2025, the 2D, 3D Google integration, streaming integration. And one very nice thing is it's also the alignment replacer. Again, it's often happens that you've got to replace the alignment coming from a new version that has changed. It's not the same file. So replacer is there to maintain the relationship with childs. So great enhancements. So yes, we're on top of the hour, at least for me. For you, it should be the half an hour. And still we have time for question.
Yeah, before thank you, John, for this impactful session. And before going to Q&A, I'm just gonna add some details of the speaker here. Apologies for that. And John Pierre Laville Noël is holding a master in survey engineering. He has 34 years of experience in civil engineering software. Until 2003, he did a lot of consultancies on various projects such as highways, local roads with roundabouts, airports, and rail tracks, high speed. And he joined Bentley in 2003 and mainly focused on rail engineering solutions since 2008, including OpenRail Designer, OpenRail Overhead Line Designer, OpenRail Concept Station, but also our platforms such as MicroStation, ProjectWise, and now iTwin. He's helping users to achieve their goals and enhance their experience with Bentley tools. Once again, thanks for this session, John Pierre Noel. And now we can go to Q&A session. Uh, I have some questions in the chat box. No, many questions. Okay. Like Bhanu, you can go ahead.
Oh,
if
yeah.
You want.
I see one. Have we got the undo option that's coming from Railtrack, I guess?
Yeah, like we do had while designing, right? Edit element. So in the nudge window, which you are showing, right? So have got.
Do we have the undo in the nudge tool? That's what you mean?
Yeah, while doing horizontal alignment design, you had shown as a tool to nudge, right?
Yes. I can explain.
Yeah.
See, in the ORD 2024, there is an option of nudge. And if you use that nudge, and if the option is not satisfactory, do we have a choice to go back or undo it?
Or else normal Control C will work for that.
I think the normal will work. Didn't check this, but yes, once you exit the nudge tool, if you undo, it should come back to the geometry. I must check. Yeah, I've seen some more comments about the place sleeper option to place custom sleeper. It's something that is in the list. We have initiative during 25-26 to focus on rail, and that's in the priority. That's one of the priority. Hope we'll be able to achieve this. Something is being developed currently in 25, probably not the final version of that. So maybe it will come with the first 25. I must check with the developers, but definitely it's something we have in the list. Currently, we are doing this with generative component. So it's also something we can do even with parametric cells. But yeah, it's more difficult to manage on turnouts, for example, where we have different set of sleepers, the orientation, but it's also achievable with generative. Not sure what we will be able to get with the first session. For the point 2, maybe we can go on that one. It's what I'm reading. Yes, this one, it's not new that the sleepers are adapting to the turnouts. It's been there since the beginning. However, it's, again, very simplified. It's just detecting where the turnout is, including the last long sleeper, but it's just a simple set of sleepers, so rectangle, the slab, and no way to change the orientation of the sleepers. By the way, some are in some country sleepers are perpendicular to the main, and sometimes it's just on the bisector of the alignment. So it's very simple. So again, for turnouts, not sure that it will come next with new tools to place custom sleepers, because again, well, except if you can place custom sleepers at one point at a time, of course, because yeah, managing turnouts is much more complicated. We should extend definition of turnouts to include the sleeper sets in the turnout definition. It's much more work. But I know that many are looking for that. Name boundaries, yes. Question always there. Is it possible to adjust name boundaries? Some point we can adjust, but the location of the annotation is not adjusting, so it's one of the major enhancements requests for a civil product. As far as I know, we are not there yet. I've never seen anything regarding this, but we are fully aware of this requirement, and so maybe it's kept secret until it will be there. So I don't have any information, but we are totally aware of how painful it is to change the alignment and to update the name boundaries. It could be used for annotation, some points such as that I couldn't because there seem to be not text ferret available. It's not possible to do mathematical calculation with item types. Sorry?
Should I read the question?
Well, I'm on this one. If you prefer to read, no problem. So we must look at this yes, more in detail. So we are able to annotate the last long beer or sleeper. No text favorite for the last long one. Everything is coming from the turnout.
Yeah, so currently we have the text favorite for the branch line, the LLS branch line. But for the main line, if I want to point, basically mark the chainage on the main line, we don't have something like this.
We don't have the chainage of the last long bearer on the main line. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, in the text favorite.
Okay, it's better with the icons. Just if you have a few minutes, can have a quick look. That's a current internal build. I will run both. We can have a quick look if you want to. While it's running, maybe I can still look at the question. But again, if the information is missing, it's not something we can calculate with the item types. I think. Just check again, but we will come back to for generative component. Still something we are asking for. As far as I know, nothing planned to add rail components to generative component. So we are not able to read civil properties. We discussed this again, so it's a bit early to check what will come from that discussion we had. I think it was during July, focusing on the rail industry. But I'm not very confident about something coming in generative components, to be honest. For now, efforts are done on Python. Okay, that is now there in 25 in MicroStation, including the AI agent, and it will be available on OpenRail, Open Civil product as well. So probably more effort on Python integration than on generative. So next question. Next 25 versions. So I didn't check recently, but usually it's let's say November should be there. But again, it's not a commitment. It's what we are doing often. We are trying to put the release close from YII, unless we have a critical issue to fix. So 25 version of MicroStation is there, is still implemented. As you can see, I'm running it here already. It's not the latest build, so yeah, we are working on it. So I would say fall, November, maybe. And again, the Python assistant will be there. It will come also, not sure if it's in this first 25 version for civil components, for civil tool geometry. Read only for the first one, but it looks like we're working for read write. It will be really new because the current civil SDK is only read. It's read only. We don't have read write, but it looks like we are working on the read write one. Again, no commitment from my side. I'm not the one to deliver such information. How can I create a 3D rail string from the center line of an alignment? We have to create rails. So this one is fairly easy to to answer even this one. To create 3D rails, do I have here? I don't know. That's a test one. I don't have, but maybe I can get this work. In Rail, you have the, no, not this one. Find my way. Here it is. Create rails and create sleepers. So this one will create everything in 3D. So if I look at my center line, then you get a template name. We have developed one, something like that. If you want to have the inclination of the rail, you can work on the left rail. It will be mirrored to create the right one. I hope this one is good. We can apply the track widening, blah, blah, blah. And create a rail mesh. We have feature definition for the edge. So we are creating everything in the same run. Rail inside edge. Inside edge, center of the rail on the mesh. The mesh is optional. Rail center line, for example. Picking this one from the beginning to the end in this case. And you can see now I have my 3D rails. Come on. Just cautious manipulating. It's because it's loading also the other one. Okay, you can see the rails, and we have also the 3D features. Not sure it's easy to. Yeah, we can see in magenta here the rail center and the rail edge. If it's the edge, it means that my profile, I have the center here. It's not good. Something is not good with my design, but that's quite usual if I didn't manage carefully my settings. So when you create rails, you must be really careful on two things. First, I'll delete my rails. Is the count here? I don't have count information. It's not the full alignment that I want to delete, just the rail. Okay. Is that information is matching with the design file settings. So here you know that we have information about the rail settings. So again, we can see this one is not good. Should be something like, let's say, 150. So be careful to check this information. I requested to change it by default, but it's not coming. And also when you create the count, because sometimes you don't check this at the very beginning, and the count is not matching what you got in the design file settings. So that was my case here. So center, it's good. So in the properties here, we have also the gauge. So you must check that when you create the rails, everything is okay. I can change from the inside rail, maybe. Okay. It's more common to have this. Oh, in Switzerland, they're using center. So now if I do again my create rail command, create center line, I don't change anything. Okay, now it's better. I can see my edge is really on the edge, and the center line is here on the center line. So that's how you can create the rails in 3D. ProRail extension in PRT to track spacing. No, there is no replacement of ProRail. You can do report. We are working on clearance report using the track plane as well, like to check the edge of platform. So it will come in 2025. Normal, we expect to be there. But I don't remember exactly everything we had in ProRail. what you can do here in it's in 24, yeah. You can annotate between elements using Civil Labeler. For example, if you want something on the plan. So in Civil Labeler, you will find plan linear. Come on. Between geometry station offset, or between geometry offset, for example. And you can do something like that. It's not replacing, but okay. So if you base geometry, I'll say, okay, this is my base geometry, offset geometry, and then it's placing labels each 25 meters. It should do that, but oh yes, the location is probably not the good one to put in the middle. It's on the external, which is not probably good. It's this information here. Most of the time I put there, so I must control the offset, but I have the information at least. And if you want to do reports, then it's just geometry. And we also refine a lot station offset-based report that is much more understandable and powerful than in the past. So I can do my report like this. Even points, interval. Maybe if I want to match the annotation, I would do 25-meter interval, and you can check that it's interval along the baseline, so it's much more explicit than in the past. On the offset on both, from the beginning to the end, generate the report, and now I have station offset report. And I don't know if I have it here. Yes, you can find some very nice report, like graph offset. And it's not working. I had this issue in the past. Some settings not good. I think I put some videos on B communities. I don't know. I must investigate why sometimes it doesn't work. I must investigate that, but I put some videos where you have some graphical reports here available from the ANG dataset that you can download from free from Bentley software download site. And that could help also in that area of checking. Hope it does answer a little bit regarding ProRail. You cannot control the nudge here like 5. Oh, yeah, you can nudge. You can do that. You can control the nudge like 5 millimeter or 1 millimeter. You can control the nudge. Okay. It would be nice to see if I have a regression one, just to. I should have. Let's check this one. Sure. To check, meanwhile, I can look in the 25 version. You ask for last long year annotation. If we have something new about this. Okay, annotation. Plan annotation. Rail would be better. Turnout. not maybe enough information there. And again,
we have under turnout rule. If you can select that,
yeah,
I think
it's not something you can really annotate. It's the rule, so it's the how we build the information. Come on. Okay, I don't know if I have one with. Just place another one quickly. Rail. Please turn out. I have one. Okay. Okay. And what you would like to annotate is the last long sleeper extension, the station on
mainline.
On mainline, for example. But we can annotate that actually, because if I go, come on, annotate with my plan turnout all. Okay. So here it's not. My last long beer is here, in fact. I don't know why I don't have this. Let's just pick another one. I'm sure that we have, for example, last long leader, blah, blah, blah. Let's try this one. Okay, now you can see that we have the point annotated. The last long beer point, this is this one. It means that if we're able to get the symbol, we can add the station at that point easily. If I go to my annotations, so from the design, group, plan, turnout, we'll pick this one that is closer probably. And we can see the information set. We have last long, we have the label. We can check where it's annotated. It's on the branch, this one. This one, P1. This one, I think then. Yeah, last long on mainline on branch, but this is only probably the line, the one we can see here, and we don't have the label for last long sleeper. It's text, favorite. It's label, so I don't see the labels, or maybe something wrong somewhere. So it looks like we can annotate, just do something very LLS and include this one as well, so that we should see that. I don't think I have any level off. No. So it should be possible. Yeah, we have now the text here. So there is just an issue with the text favorite, and now I can add my station. Go on. So it was this one. No, this is the cell. Label is this one. Text label, and maybe I want to use rail station label left. Okay, it's just to get the example. That's fine. Hey, it's not getting the information. So yes, we must investigate why it doesn't get the information from the text favorite. And if we don't get the information, yes, it's more difficult to have this information, except with civil labeler, of course, where we can always use that one. But of course, it's manual, and we would like to get it automatically. Okay. I will investigate this one. Yeah, why we don't have. Yes, because it's not any information that is part of the turnout. Details. Because it should be there. Or from turnout points, we have the last long sleeper branch. As you said, there is not the station on
we have
the
the
main.
station for the branch.
Yeah, only for the branch. That good point. So enhancements request for that one, obviously. Meanwhile, yes, the easiest is to add with the civil leveler, probably. I don't see any better way. Well, here I have station offset, but we can.
My question was that we can have this. Can we have this item types expression builder to capture the length of the geometry and do this mathematical calculation to find out the next change?
No, I don't think that we have in the item types. So first, let's say you should get the station. So first we should use P3 station. So maybe it's there. Do this. No, this one, of course. If this one is working, for now it's working. So maybe yes, we can do that. Plus save, and we need the distance from the last clue. Where is it? It's here. Length.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The question is, are we able? Then it's kind of formatting, but that's another question. So that's a bit more number, I would say. And let's do like this for now. Yeah, it's about at the end. It should be more text on formatting the station. Okay, so now we have something here. The good idea would be to rename a little bit. Station branch. So now we should have something untitled somewhere. Did I miss something? Get the information. Here it is. Is it the good one? That's another question. Maybe a little issue with the calculation, except if I have some stationing along this one. No, because I have annotated with the good one. So just to check, yes, the information. It shows this value, which is not good. So maybe we can do something, but and then access the text favorite. Yes, to access the this item type. So here, if we create from item type untitled, okay, accept. Okay, so now I have my, just put some names. Rename LLS main station. And now put that one. So I get the information. So now I must check why it gives this. So maybe the conversion to numbers, can test with this one. Not sure it does change something, but yeah, let's check the calculation on the extracted information. So probably what I would do here, let's P3 station, for example. So maybe this information is not good, and this information was this one. Let's name in okay. This one looks good. So the one that maybe has an issue is the other one. LLS length. Okay. Don't know. The thing is that if I put the number here, that's maybe different. Up. And this is this one. Something wrong. Maybe the copy paste was not good. I think at the very beginning. I put the same value. I didn't check. I did it a bit fast, of course. So it was this one I need. Feature geometry, and what I needed is this length copy. Yeah. No, it's coming with the stations. So yeah, maybe need to investigate if we can how we can get the last long length of the last long extension. It looks like there is an issue by copying EC expression. So if it's the case, it means that each time it comes with the previous, so it copy nothing. Okay, but theoretically, it's possible. If we can access, again, this information here, where currently I have an issue. But of course, it needs enhancements request to be able to annotate the station directly. It should be there somewhere for the point. Okay, just not this. Okay, LS station on main. Good point. Good point. So sorry, we spent little time on this one. Yes, what was about the nudge also? Of course, it's not opening. I probably I won't have time to look at this, but for the nudge, we have the capability to set the amount of millimeter we want to nudge. Yeah, we're able to import even point list from Excel file. Yes and no. You can import points from Excel, and then you can create point list from points. That's how we can do. I must check if we have enhancements. We have enhancements requests for that, but I don't know where we are. But yes, usually what I'm doing is importing from file to create points, and then select the points to create the even point list. So not directly from Excel to even point list. Yes, should be possible, yes, to show chainage rows of 2 alignments in long section tables in drawing production. Yes, you should be able to do that. Let's check, sometimes we have an issue with that using aliases and getting the information from the alias. But must check. Everything, any operation can be undone using Ctrl-Z, yes, or the undo button. To replace all regression points with new ones in regression existing alignments, the answer is no. So we cannot upgrade regression information. So you must redo the regression line. You don't have to recreate any geometry because we have replace regression complex command, but you must recreate all the regression information. It's totally new in 2024. And yeah, then it's replace regression complex. But again, the regression information itself must be recreated. Item types in text favorite manager profile. That I don't think we have few information on the web, on big communities on that, but not always easy to find. It's supposed to be self-explanatory, but not always easy. The best is to use what I use often here when you create a text favorite. Text, just create a new one. You select the element. And from the element, you look at what you want to look at. Okay, so it's the geometry here, fillet, not sure, it's an arc. Let's say start angle. And then now you are at the good location to get the information. You just have to accept arc start angle, for example. So to create create the text favorites, it's an easy way instead of navigating all through this. Sometimes you must go to civil element properties, annotation, linear plan, and go through here to navigate as well. Because sometimes you can pick also, depending on where you pick the information, you can pick the information from MicroStation, which is not always what you want to do. Yeah. Import fillet string in OpenRail, yes. Through text wizard, for example. You can directly import 3D strings. Sometimes we can use also survey tools to do that. Yeah, radius mismatch, well known. Could happen. Sometimes you have to retype in all fields, still trying to investigate what's going wrong. It doesn't matter if you are using regression points. Yeah, it doesn't look at this. So if you have example, you can also provide to support on where it's happening. Thing is that it's not always easy to get this on demand in a bad state. I mean, when they are not matching, it's okay. But how to delete regression points which are created? You can do from the table, but when you are deleting regression points, it's updating the geometry if they are used. So yes, it could take some time, but you can select from graphic or now from the table. And we have also, I don't have points here. We have also now points filter, which is really, really useful. I don't think I have any. Oh, I have. Good. Some points here, so you can filter by description, name, features. So could be very useful to select in a faster way, easier way. Don't forget this one. And now remember that we have the regression table. Okay, rate of change of unbalanced lateral for no. Unbalanced, it's something I must check. It's a requirement I think I put in the system. I have to check if we are working on this. We have this type of requirement also for US. So it's not calculated today. So for count, there is a way to do that if it's on profile, on plan. Not easy. Really not easy, except through creating points, geometry points, so by export import, maybe if you don't want to do it manually, and adding item type to the points and calculating the information. So nothing really easy at the moment, but we'll check that. Let me pick a note. Unbalance. It's a requirement. Unbalanced count information. If you feed it from view control, but now it's getting display. I had to close it for. We had issue depending on the version with the VBA code. I don't know if it's this type of error. I'm using the same, and I don't have error. So I think this one is it's 2025. Unfortunately, I closed. But yes, view control usually work fine like this. But there is an issue with VBA. We have to upgrade. So if you are using old workspace where the update didn't happen, you must check that with the view set VBA. There is an issue for that one. This one. Okay. Thank you to all. I think we are a lot over time. So didn't answer everything, but yeah, a lot of good question here.
Just John, it's a wonderful session we had. Yeah. And your effort in taking all the questions is impeccable, and we have Sri Nagesh here, our president of PWA Bengaluru section. He'll give you a vote of thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was a pleasure, and yeah, hope it was instructive, and you get something as expected from the session. And yes, we can do it again in the future if you want. Yes, no problem. There are so excited things in the 25 also with this 2D, 3D Google integration, Cesium, and a lot of things. So, still a lot of enhancements we are working on for Rail. Again, we have initiative during 25, 26 to push development on Rails.
I'm sure we'll get many more questions and we'll post it to you.
Yes, sure. No problem. Still on B communities, that's a good place also to increase communication among Rail users. That's always good. Good to see you today. A lot of people.
Yeah. Thank you, Jean-Pierre. On behalf of the PWI Bangalore chapter, I thank you very much for giving this wonderful, insightful session. Even I have a few questions. Definitely, I'll write back to you on the mail. Yeah. Because I wanted others to get into, because they are all hands-on working. So I just thought they have a better opportunity first to have the clarifications with you. Thank you. We always look forward to have more sessions from you. And thank you all for attending this session. It was a very good number here today. Thank you all very much, and hope we show the same strength in PWI Bangalore chapter in India for other sessions as well. Thank you very much, Jean-Pierre.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.